Alright, welcome back to another episode of Geeks-a-Musing. This is Nathan, and there's no Ryan. Sorry. Uh, Conflict of scheduling. It was my fault this week, so I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go a week without putting something up. So I've got a. We went from the last two episodes of having a guest that we've got another. We've got two guests down here. We got my daughter Trinity.
Hello.
And her boyfriend Jordan.
Hey.
And so I want them to talk a couple things. One, they just went and saw Jigsaw. What day was that? Thursday night.
Yeah.
And then Jordan hasn't seen it, but me and Trinity have watched the season 2 of Stranger Things, so we're going to talk that real quick. But and this is going to be a really short episode. But real quick, I wanted to mention that I haven't played Call of Duty World War II yet until Jordan brought over his Xbox One, so we had a chance to check that out. And I'll say it's fun. And, my wife's calling me again. It's fun and looks really good. I love the World War II stuff. The only thing is this is evidently a Call of Duty thing. Is everything? It's very action oriented. You kind of feel like a one-man army. The first mission I was watching my son play, that I was like, okay, yeah, this is like very unrealistic. Was the first time you drive the Jeep, and then you get in the back of it, and you're just shooting up Germans like crazy, and you just kind of feel like it feels so unrealistic. It takes me out of it a little bit because I'm a World War II nerd, so I like those to be a little bit more realistic. It just felt a little out of place for me. But you're younger, so you probably think, yeah, this is awesome, man.
Yeah, I do. You get to just tear down Germans.
And I'll say this, the controversial stuff, because it was all the campaign, I got to say, because it irritated the crap out of me, was, okay, in the campaign mode, everybody's probably knows this, where they were keeping the swastikas out of multiplayer. And they had it in the campaign, they did have some swastikas. But the thing that irritated the crap out of me was you had a very Nazi guy. He had the red armband with the white circle.
It's the Axis power symbol.
This is, the Iron Cross symbol, not the swastika. That was the stupidest looking. That didn't happen, man. That red band was the swastika in it, not the stupid symbol, not the Iron Cross symbol. That German, war symbol. That looks so dumb. And that irritated. Anyway. Before I get off on PC stuff, well, but yeah, Jordan and my son, did you just beat the game?
It's still going. The campaign is a little long.
Oh. I thought you guys were almost done with it.
So did I.
Because I've been gone for a couple hours, and I think I come back, and y'all have been playing it nonstop.
Yeah, we've been playing it mission to mission.
And me and my son last night had played several missions up till then, so I come home, and I'm like, you guys are still playing that? But it should have been towards the end, because it said the Rhine, so you're in Germany.
Yeah, I think we're pretty close, because we just we just raided all the, concentration camps.
Okay.
And I believe there's only a couple more missions left, but Troy's playing now,
so he'll probably finish it up and beat it. But I want them to talk about, real quick, the Jigsaw. I've seen all the Saw movies up to Jigsaw. I haven't seen Jigsaw yet. You guys went Thursday, and
it was good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, let me guess. Have you guys seen all the Saw movies?
I have. Yeah. I watched them all. I binge watched them all.
Okay, you both have seen them all. Okay. How does it compare to the others?
I like the. No, I don't like.
From what you described earlier, it didn't sound that good to me, but
it was confusing.
It sounded like it because you were confused trying to tell me what happened, and I was
I still don't understand the concept of it overall. I was confusing myself.
This will be spoilers too. There's going to be spoilers in here, so if you don't want anything with Jigsaw ruined,
leave now.
Yeah.
I like the earlier ones better.
Because didn't you say this one it was like two timelines going at once?
It was like 10 years ago and then now, but it confused because
they were intertwining with each other.
Yeah, and it was just too confusing.
Okay. I think one of the other Saw movies did the same thing, didn't they? Wasn't there one that was going on or it was messing with the timeline where you're thinking, wait, why is it? But it come to find out it was happening this exact same time that the first movie is going on or something. It was something weird like that where you really had to kind of pay attention to what was going on.
I don't even remember.
But some of the stuff you guys that were telling me that was happening in the movie, I was just sort of...
Yeah, it was pretty confusing.
It was gory. I like gory.
Yeah, some of the stuff seemed like it was kind of gory. So, okay, well, anything else about Jigsaw before we move on to Stranger Things?
You have anything else?
Not on Jigsaw.
I don't know. It just confused me the whole time. I was asking questions the entire time.
And she was crying.
I was.
You were crying in Jigsaw?
Because one of the stories in there was one of the stories for the people that, have to go through all the tests and play the game or whatever.
Yeah.
One of their stories was really sad, so I'm a big baby.
Is that the one with the baby?
Yeah, with the baby. Some people are so messed up.
So wait, but it sounded like you were talking through the movie?
Yeah, well, it was just me, Jordan, and our friends. Nobody else was there at all.
You guys were the only people in the theater?
The only people.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well then talking is permissible at that point. If
So-
you're all in agreement. If everybody in the theater is in
Nobody would
agreement
shut
to
up.
talk. Oh. Well, no wonder why you guys are confused. You're talking the whole time.
Well, we
No, I
were
was
trying
watching
to
the whole time.
understand.
So here's where Jordan might not have a whole much to say. We're going to talk real quick about Stranger Things Season 2. Did you see Season 1?
Nope.
No, I tried to show
Get out.
him.
Get out! All right, so Season 2, what did you think? Did you like it?
Yes, I love season 2, except for one episode.
Now, I can probably guess which episode that was, but I'll guess here in a second. Compared to Season 1, though, what do you...
No, season 1, I think season 1 was amazing. I like season 2, I really do. But I don't know, season 1 just had more... I don't know how to explain it. I just like season
It was
1 way
no, I
better.
agree. It was season 2 was good, and I had fun watching it. It had one episode where I was like, "This is a weird, odd episode. It feels weird." And I guess I'll start off real quick with my nitpicks about season 2 before we start talking about what we liked. I had a couple of nitpicks problem. I thought the kids cursed way too much.
Yeah, they really did. It just seemed out of place.
It did. It seemed a little unnatural, did it not?
Yeah, in the first episode, it was fine.
Yeah, the
first season.
First season, it felt natural. But like I've been talking to a few other people, I'm like, and everybody I've talked to about it has said the same thing. They're like, it feels like they did curse too much. It's almost like they got good feedback from the first season, like, oh, it was funny hearing the kids curse and all that, and they just like tripled down on the curse. It just felt so out of place, especially when they were cursing in front of some of the adults.
Yeah.
And I even talked, like, I grew up, in the 80s, but I was still a kid. I talked to my one friend who was probably about their age. And he was like, "No, dude, he's like, we didn't talk like that in front of parents. We got our face slapped." It just was really, it felt really out of place. It was a little odd. And then you know what else? What other part? I had a little, and this is again just nitpicking. The scene when is it the first episode where they dress up as Ghostbusters or the second?
I
The
thought it
girls
was
are going to
later
school.
into it.
I thought it was 1 or 2 episodes into season 2. Anyway, they're going to school for Halloween. They dress up as Ghostbusters, and they show up at school, and nobody else is dressed up.
Right.
That seemed odd. That seemed odd to me too. That seemed
Yeah.
out of place. I don't think that would have happened.
You think everybody would have been?
Well, not everybody, but there still would have been, because they get to school and they're like, what do they say? We missed the memo about no costumes.
Yeah.
And it was almost like it was just played for laughs, and then they didn't really go anywhere else with it. So, but it felt out of place too. I'm like, there's no way there would have been more kids dressed up. It just seemed weird. But that was and we'll talk about now your episode that you said you didn't like. Was it the one where 11 goes and she hangs out with those punker
Yes.
people? Did that not feel so weird?
I didn't like that episode, really. It wasn't, to be honest, I was losing interest in the episode.
Yeah, I was too. With her, she would track down her quote-unquote sister.
Yeah.
Because you see her at the very opening of the series.
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking, she's must going to have a big part to play in it.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't see her again until
Late.
that one episode, and then that's it. And it never goes anywhere. It felt so weird and out of place. Those people were
I
weird.
don't even think she should have been in it, to be honest.
No, it didn't seem...
She wasn't in the first season. She just got added into the second season,
Yeah.
which that's another reason why I think the first season was better.
Well, and I'll say her powers were cool, where she could make you
Yeah.
think that you're, seeing certain things. That was cool, but it's like they just threw that in there for that cool, like, check out these other powers. There's other, and I don't know, maybe they're setting it up for a spin-off, which
Yeah.
wouldn't surprise me if you get a Stranger Things spin-off with her following, because they look like they did escape, so they might be following them around maybe.
Yeah.
But it did feel like the episode made no sense. I mean, the only thing I can think was they played it for, she had to realize that, she needs to go back and help them, and I don't know.
I didn't like the way that 11 was dressing either.
She was kind of dressing a little emo-ish or punk rockery.
Yeah,
where she
I
had her
didn't
hair
like
all
that.
slicked back. It did look a little
Like,
odd.
Weird. And then, what's his name? Hopper. He saw it. He liked it or whatever.
Yeah, he did.
No,
like,
it
you
doesn't
look
look
like a
good.
weird goofball. I don't know. I think, in all honesty, I think Hopper might be my favorite character in that series.
Yeah, I really like Hopper.
Sheriff Hopper.
I like Hopper and I like Dustin.
Dustin, that's what's his name's brother.
He's toothless.
Oh, the kid, yeah.
The kid
with the curly
he
hair.
He does curse too much in this one.
He's the one that curses a lot. They say the SH word like.
Yeah, they do.
Throughout the whole series was probably hundreds with an S times, hundreds of times.
Yeah.
But yeah, he might be my second favorite character. And it was really sad at the very end of the series, seeing him at the dance.
Oh yeah,
you felt really bad for him.
I wanted to go dance with him. I felt so bad.
Oh, and then wasn't it the what's his name's sister goes up there and dances with him?
Yeah, Mike's sister.
Nancy. Nancy, yeah, I couldn't remember her name. Yeah, and you make some big deal too. You're like, hey, Dad, you know that they're really dating?
Yeah, Mike and Jonathan.
Yeah.
I mean Mike and Jonathan. Whoa. No, I mean Nancy and Jonathan. They're dating in real life.
Probably because they started dating on the show.
Probably, but it's cute. You know, he has a son. Apparently,
Who?
Jonathan.
The guy who plays Jonathan?
The guy who plays Jonathan.
In real life?
He has
How
a
old
son.
is he?
I don't know how old he is, but he has a son with his former, or his ex, or whatever, girlfriend. She's like Asian. I can't even say her name.
Like, because you're so disgusted by it?
No, because no, because I don't. It's just a difficult name to say.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought you were like, oh, that tramp. I'm not saying her name. Like what's the thing from Harry Potter? He who shall not be named, Voldemort.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not naming her name. She hurt his feelings. All right. Well, what else do you like about the series?
About season 2?
Yeah, season 2.
I don't know. Like, I don't know because I don't know. The whole time I was watching it, it was really it was a lot slower than the first season. I thought.
Yeah, it did feel that way.
11 was just trapped in the house most of the seasons,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it was all based around Will most of the time because he was seeing
because he was still like connected to the upside.
Demogorgon.
Yeah.
And the upside down. And
they did do the typical, which you had to do it for plot reasons. The typical stupid stuff with who's your favorite character again? Dustin, where he has that little thing.
The little baby Demogorgon.
Yeah, and he keeps it and he's all happy about it.
Oh,
and then it eats his cat and gets out.
Oh, that was so terrible.
And then it got out from at school, right? And then he found it again, but he hid it. And he's like,
he was at school and it was at home.
Yeah.
And he came home and it was gone and he found it eating his cat. So he lured it outside into their cellar.
Yeah.
And then he had Steve come over with his baseball bat.
Yeah, because you think that's the only one, and then you find out there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Which, I didn't really like that either. Because I like the first
You didn't like
season.
that there was a bunch of them? Oh,
yeah,
where it was just the one?
Where it was just one. I don't know, it felt better.
Yeah, I mean, the first one was probably creepier. But you did have that weird, what was that? It was like, was it like a smoke monster thing?
Oh, the giant one?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
Because it put something inside of Will.
Yeah, it did.
Something.
It went into Will.
Which made him, it went into him while he was in the upside down. So then it was, I guess, to see what he was doing in the real world, and it can manipulate. Yeah.
Yeah, a spy. So, I guess they wanted to take over the real world.
That may have been one of my favorite episodes with the spy, because you figure, they're trying to get him to spy on the upside down, when in reality it was that thing using them to spy on them. And they kind of flipped it on you at the end, and he was using Will to manipulate them to do things just to get to him.
Oh, you know what I was really sad about was Will's mom's boyfriend, the dude who plays in 50 First Dates. I don't know his name.
No, you're talking about Sam from Lord of the Rings.
I thought he played in 50 First Dates.
He did. He played the brother who was always working out.
Exactly.
Yeah, but come on, that's Samwise Gamgee.
I don't watch Lord of the Rings, Dad.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, I was really sad when he died.
It was sad. Why did the monsters chow down on him? You don't see him chowing down on anybody else.
Right, they were all focused on him.
Yeah, and then they all get, and then they pan out and he's all getting chewed on. They're like, when there's all those other dead bodies and they weren't eating them.
I guess it's like zombies. They don't eat the dead bodies. They're not good enough. They want.
But he was already dead though at that time.
Yes,
they were
but he was still
down
struggling.
I was actually surprised to see the doctor make a turnaround. You kind of thought he was going to be a bad guy the whole time. I can't remember the actor's name, but I know he was in Aliens. He played which in that movie he played a dirtbag dude too. You guys have never seen Aliens, have you?
No.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, all right. I'll tell you a little bit what I found out about the next season of Stranger Things. Supposedly it's going to make a big leap in time. So this is probably the last one you'll see with those kids.
Really?
Probably, because more than likely it sounds like they may bump it up so it takes place in the 90s. So you're going to have older actors playing those characters. So that might be the last time, unless they do flashbacks. Then you'll see them then, which I would assume they probably will do. They'll probably do flashbacks.
I don't know if I would like that.
You don't think you like that?
No, because I love
like
the
the kids?
characters now.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a change. I wish
Times
11
they
would
are
cut her hair.
changing. Huh?
I said I wish 11 would shave her head again
No, she might.
and just wear dresses and stripes.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know, her hair, even before she slicked it back when it was all, it still looked fake.
Yeah, it really did. I thought it was a wig.
Maybe it was a
First
wig.
time I saw it.
Maybe it wasn't real. I don't know. But it still looked like the wig they put her under in the first. It just looked. I know it was a blonde one in the first season, but I remember seeing her for the first time in the season 2, and I was like, the hair looks fake.
Yeah, it did.
But okay, anything else you wanted to say in Stranger Things?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm happy I got Mom into it though.
Yeah. I'm actually your mom. She swears up and down she hates horror.
Yeah.
And I as many times as I've tried to get her to go to horror movies with me, and I'll tell her like, look, I'll go to whatever artsy fartsy chick flick you want to go see. We'll swap. You pick one and I'll go see it, and then I'll pick a horror movie. No. To this day, I don't know how I got her to go see Paranormal Activity in the theater.
She went and saw that?
Yeah, we went and saw it. I don't know how, and she cried the whole time, almost.
Sounds like
Oh my gosh.
She was terrified, because it was that same night we came home, and we were laying down in bed, and I accidentally bumped my head up against the back wall when I was laying down, and she goes, what was that? and of course, my radar goes up. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't hear nothing. And so I did it another time, and she got freaked out, because she got you and Troy to come lay down with us in bed.
This must have been real long ago, because I don't remember.
It was, when did that movie come out? 2000... When was the first Paranormal Activity? 2009 or
I don't know.
somewhere around there. So you'd have been 9.
Yeah.
Troy would have been.
I just turned
4.
17, so I've been binge watching all the movies you wouldn't let me watch.
Yeah, but evidently you've watched a ton of those when you're in Michigan visiting family. Hey,
Yeah,
Dad.
well,
I
I was away
was
from
up in
everybody.
Michigan. You were like 15. Oh, I watched all these rated R movies.
I did it. I came up and told you all about it.
I can't get mad because that's what I did growing up. But I was like, I used to get my mom, which you guys call Mima, I used to get Mima to rent me movies when we still lived in Michigan that were rated R, but she didn't know. They were just horror movies, like silly covers. And so she would rent them for us, and we'd go and watch. We'd go and watch rated R horror movies. My poor mom, she didn't know. But, okay, well, if you don't have anything else to say, next week's episode, we'll be back on normal, which I believe the topic is DVD/Blu-ray. And that'll probably be another quick one. Not as quick as this one, because I think we're about 20 minutes, so this is going to be super short. But that's it. So for Geeks-a-Musing, this has been Nathan.
This is Trinity.
This is Jordan.
And I'm not going to sign off with a normal thing. That's Ryan's deal to me. So I'll see y'all later.